Welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in pop culture. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Whoa! Today we're going to talk about the Saturday Night Live cast member that may be saying goodbye, the best brunch spots across America, and how you should handle the pile of unread emails in your inbox. Plus, comedians Daniel Franzese and Nikki Parrish join the table. But first,
the Kardashians are taking over our news feeds yet again. In Sunday's episode, Khloe finally spoke out on the Tristan Thompson cheating scandal, and Kourtney dished on her and Scott's soulmate status. Plus, Kim made headlines this weekend over her CBD-themed baby shower. Now let's serve you some Kardashian cocktails.
Ooh, you're shaking it.
Have you seen it?
I've watched it.
Delicious.
I love it.
Let's dig in. So, Khloe and Tristan. Khloe finally opened up about the cheating scandal.
Right. But then in the episode, some sort of palm reader tells her that she's not happy. I don't think it's going to take a palm reader to tell her that your husband's a cheater, Khloe, and you should leave him.
I totally agree. The palm reader told Kourtney and Scott that they're soulmates, Kim that her fourth son would be the reincarnation of their father, and Khloe that she's bummed. Like, Khloe should get a refund.
Right, I mean, the palm reader clearly watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I think. In Bali, right? They're in Bali or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did she tell her just to stop dating basketball players at any point? Like, couldn't a psychic predict that? It's like she could just choose better men, I think.
Right.
It'd be much easier.
The Kardashians love athletes, except for Kourtney.
Yeah, but why?
Why do they love athletes?
Yeah, I mean, Khloe specifically, she's had just the most bum luck.
Right, I mean,
She
I
needs to
guess...
be an accountant or something.
Yeah, oh my God, that'd be so nice and boring for her. I just would love that. Yeah, I think, they definitely should not get back together. I think we've spoken about cheating and you can forgive a cheater, but I don't think this person has shown any sort of growth or remorse for his cheating. And I would hope that she find someone else that will be loyal to her.
Yeah, well, they're done now. I mean, her reflecting on this cheating was the first cheating scandal when she was in labor.
Right.
So he's since cheated on her with Jordan Woods. So they are kaput.
And probably more people that we just don't know about.
Probably more people.
Right.
Another relationship that is off and on again kind of is Kourtney and Scott.
Right.
Yeah, I thought what was interesting is Khloe's reaction to what the psychic told them was she was like, her immediate reaction was like, wow, I feel so bad for Sophia, who's dating Scott now. She was like, they're so close. Like, I wouldn't be able to deal with that. Like, I would be so insecure. And I'm like, wow, like, you would really feel insecure about someone who has like a family. Like they had a whole previous family. It's not like they're just like friends who were exes. Like they have children together. And for her to feel threatened by people who are co-parenting, I'm like, man, you're very immature.
Oh,
but she is.
Wait, I would feel super threatened. Not
really.
Yeah, I don't just because Kourtney and Scott spend so much time together, and they're always saying in conversation like, we don't know if we'll get back together again in the future.
Well, yeah,
that would make me feel.
Yeah, I think conversations like that, like we don't know to get back together. But I have to agree with Shannon the fact, like I think you could open up the term what soulmates is, and I think they have 3 kids together, and the goal is that they should be co-parents for the rest of their lives and should be soulmates in the sense that they will be in each other's lives forever.
Yeah.
But I think maybe it would take a strong woman, hope Sophia Richie is, that could be like, okay, I'm not going to separate him from his children and the mother of his children, so she should deal with that.
How old is Sophia?
She's like 19.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot how young she is.
That's our problem.
I forgot she's younger than me.
A woman.
Wait, what did you say that?
I just thought, I was like, she's like, responsible women would understand.
Like,
she can't even drink.
A woman.
She is still a woman, but what I'm saying is to date a man who has 3 children and has this whole other family, you have to be confident in your own self and know that that has nothing to do with your relationship. You have to support him and his previous partner and their kids and just be like the best woman. I don't know if you can do that when you're 19 because it takes a lot of growth, So I can't say the longevity of this relationship is hopeful for me.
Right. And I think actually when I do watch Kardashians, I mean, Scott was a mess, but I kind of did like him and Kourtney together. They
work.
They had their conversations, them as a duo. I was like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
She's so kind of boring, and he's really interesting, even if it's for bad stuff.
That's basically it. You're right.
Right.
No, you hit the nail on the head. And I also think it is probably a really difficult position. I'm thinking specifically for Courtney, to feel like you're kind of meant to be with someone who is just like such a
Right.
troubled person.
Yeah.
With addiction, depression, and just like can't get his shit together, but at the same time, you're like, this is the person I love. Like that's so difficult.
Yeah, I think I really resent the idea of soulmates because people often think of it inside that box of
Right.
you have to be romantically connected, and because it can keep this like very toxic person in your life. In this case, they have kids together, so whether or not they were soulmates, they're gonna be linked.
Yeah.
But like, I always get kind of like scared when I meet someone who's a total dumbass, and I'm like, please don't make this my person. Like,
Right.
I really hope this isn't the person I have to be with, because it feels like sometimes you don't have a choice.
Right, and the
Yeah.
psychic
Like a punishment.
said,
Yeah.
Right, but the psychic said, which was kind of points to that, is like, oh, you guys were not only soulmates in this life, but in a past life, you guys were
I don't
soulmates,
believe that.
and something ripped you apart. So that's like, God, I'm like, it's like I have no hope. There's no agency here.
Yeah.
There's destiny, and
Yeah.
it's Bran next to the tree, being like, you will do this kind of thing, you know?
But
Yeah.
a lot of past life people believe that like the same people stay in your orbit from life to
Yeah.
life. So maybe in a past life, like they could have been sister and brother, or like you're
Right.
always with the same soul.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the OA season 2. But something about Courtney having a soulmate is so odd to me. It's like a napkin having a soulmate.
I know.
It's like, you're just so plain. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing there. Like you have a
It should be
soulmate.
inspiring to people. Like, if she can do it, you can do it.
Yeah. But the other relationship in the Kardashian family that is of note at the moment, obviously, always Kim and Kanye, who just recently had a CBD-themed baby shower. So, oh my God, just to clarify, CBD doesn't get you high.
There's no THC in CBD.
Yeah, but people often forget.
But look, they did a sound bath. That's so cool. I love sound baths. Basically, those crystal bowls
Right.
have different sounds that each connect to your different auras.
Oh.
And so it can be really like balancing and relaxing. And apparently, she needed the CBD and the sound bath because Kim is freaking out about that fourth-born. But if I had to raise my dead dad, I would be freaking out
Right.
too.
So the psychic said it would be the kid that's most like, or like a reincarnated
No.
version.
Reincarnated.
An actual reincarnated version. And so I hope he's gonna link up with OJ and
mean,
be like,
yeah.
you owe me, I got you up.
Right? Do you think OJ will like look in this little boy's eyes and be
Yeah.
like,
Thank
"Thanks,
you."
buddy"?
Yeah, he's gonna be wearing
He owes it to
a
him.
suit from 1992 and like with a cigar and being like, oh, Jay, I want to get you off. Okay?
Right.
Like, I mean, this kid's like, oh, what are we gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you know, Chrissy Teigen was there, Paris Hilton was there. I always like seeing Paris Hilton there because like that whole friendship is always so interesting.
Yes.
The Kim and Paris evolution of when Kim was just her like
Yeah, they're tight again now.
stylist, like now
Closet organizer.
Closet organizer. Now Kim is one of the biggest stars on the planet. So
I know.
this party seemed not the most traditionally fun, but you know, I
nice
don't
way
know
to
if I
put
would
that.
show up and be like ready to party with the Kardashians. Like, oh, we're just having a sound bath.
I don't know, the way she talked about like CBD at the party, I was so confused. She was like, I just want everyone to take a puff and chill out. Like, I've done CBD. It's like taking Advil.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's like throwing a Tylenol party. I don't understand. You don't feel anything.
Yeah, I think they're moving
you-
into a real spiritual place with
Yeah,
the
you
Sunday
feel-
services, and like they're kind of going to like a different layer right now.
Yeah, I would say that the sound bath would have a stronger effect on your body than the CBD, no doubt.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Because you actually change and you will need like time to recover. So the sound
Seriously?
bath is probably the most impactful part of that day.
Wow.
Even
Wait,
though
what
I feel like-
exactly is a sound bath?
So each one of those bowls is a different size and like thickness, and each one has a sound that aligns to your different chakras. So like your lower chakras have like the deeper tones, and basically they're just gonna like balance you out, keep you like
Oh.
all chill.
Okay, it's not
Chakras.
when you're taking a bath and your girlfriend's screaming at you.
Oh,
Not at all, no.
easy to get confused though.
Yeah. Also, I learned all about this on my Travel Channel show called Witch Please.
Yes!
Check it out,
Oh
guys.
my God, I loved it.
Oh, thank you so
So
much.
Yeah, it's
funny.
really
I
fun.
did like 10 sound baths. It was a little too much.
I saw it
was
on
like,
Facebook.
I
saw it on
learned,
Facebook? Oh,
I
cool,
learned so
thanks.
much about crystals.
Really?
I literally thought there was like a crystal.
Yeah, no, there's so many.
There's so many different
There's
types.
too many to buy.
I know, which is fun though.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
In other news, Saturday Night Live may soon say goodbye to a beloved cast member. According to Variety, breakout star Kate McKinnon is close to the end of her contract.
Yeah, that sounds about right for SNL, just doing everything they can to just make it the worst show ever.
Right.
I know. What I didn't understand is that they are, when they sign on, they're in like 7-year contracts.
Right.
And Lauren really controls a lot of their career. So at first I was like, don't leave, but also maybe would be good for her to get to pick movies that would maybe like better fit.
And if you look at the past, Kristen Wiig was on for 7 years, Amy Poehler was on for 7 years. And usually it is the 7-year period when, like, by the end of it, they're all like, we need to move on. I think reading this Variety article that's reporting on this news is that, I think they're trying to work out a way that maybe she stays involved as like a supporting cast member, not
politics,
on every episode, because the 2020 election's coming up. She's killing it, Elizabeth Warren. Of course, she did Hillary famously, and because the women of SNL are the best part of that show now. I don't have anyone watched it does not think the women dominate that show. So to lose her actually would seem more troubling to me than when we lost Kristen Wiig, because I just don't know.
Yeah, they need another heavyweight.
She does Rudy Giuliani, Elizabeth Warren, and like all the weird characters. Like the woman gets abducted by aliens.
She's the best.
Like it's just so many characters that Kate McKinnon does that I would be should be a huge loss.
Yeah, I mean, they need another person on that show.
That's the problem. She's the heavy hitter, and you take her away. They haven't like had enough time to develop. I think the other comedians. They haven't really given them opportunities.
Right. Well, actually, I thought that the last episode of SNL I saw where Emma Stone hosted.
I was there.
Was okay, cool, good for you. That was the strongest episode I've seen in the last like couple years, and I think it was because they utilized a lot of their cast members who they previously don't. And it's like, you have this ensemble, like put me in, coach.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like you have all of these talented people. Stop putting them to the side to have Pete crack up on camera.
Agree. Like that episode, because the great sketch of that one was The View, when Adie Bryant being Meghan McCain was fantastic. Cecily Strong was fantastic. Leslie Jones, of course. Yeah, they were all utilized. Plus, with that episode was the porn star woman who plays the woman who gets cheated on in a gay porno called Deirdre.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic. You can watch that skit. Watch it. But yeah, absolutely. I think this would be a huge loss.
I know, but for her, I want her to go.
Oh, you do?
I do. I think she's made some movies over the past couple of years, and they haven't been breakouts for her because I think she's sort of been confined a little bit.
Right.
And I feel like when she's given the opportunity to choose projects that really reflect her humor, her sensibilities, that she'll thrive. I mean, I think she's done enough at SNL. Maybe they'll bring her back in 2020 to do some guest spots. A lot of previous cast members do that. But like for her to sign another contract, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see her be in some dramas because I feel like she will be able to really showcase her true talents like outside of comedy, and I think that's been what we've seen in the past with Kristen Wiig and other actors who were on SNL. That's where they find strength, unlike Jimmy Fallon, who did Taxi Day, and that was like not good. And
then he's done with acting on host a late night show. But apparently, Kate McKinnon is working on a limited series, probably for Hulu, about Elizabeth Holmes. So that would be a dramatic show.
Yeah.
And then also
that's a Theranos.
The Theranos woman. And also, she's working on a podcast with her sister, who's a stand-up, that Lauren Michaels will produce. So most likely these SNL cast members never really leave the Lauren Michaels world. Like Tina Fey, of course, who was on the show for over 10 years as a writer, then as Weekend Update. Like, Lauren helped produce 30 Rock.
And Mean Girls.
And even, I think he's even involved with the musical. So you kind of stay in that Lauren Michaels bubble. If you can.
Yeah. And I think she will, but I'm happy to, like you said, like if she did some dramatic roles, I think she's so talented.
Yeah.
That I think it's time for her. We should give that to her.
Okay, well, we'll see. We love Kate McKinnon.
We give you permission.
We give you permission.
We give you permission, Kate.
Bye.
Well, hey, brunchies. Open Table has released a list of the top 100 brunch restaurants in America. So now you can enjoy some mimosas and avocado toast across all 50 states. Let's dive in.
I feel like you guys are my foodies.
I have such a controversial opinion that I feel like I shouldn't say on the show.
What?
Like, I don't like brunch.
Wait, what?
I don't love
First,
brunch.
I have to say, like, going to eat a meal with Allie is like an experience because she like researches, she pre-plans. We literally like let her, actually both of you, but I think the last time we went to dinner, we like just let you order.
Wow, thank you.
Because you're so passionate about food, so I'm surprised that brunch is not really a
Brunch isn't my favorite. I like it though, and I love this show. But brunch, I don't know. Brunch is kind of just like this middle ground where I'm ready for lunch at that point, I think.
Yeah.
And always it's just like a kind of like fancied up breakfast that doesn't, I like breakfast simple. I'm happy with like a diner breakfast.
Right.
Yeah.
Like eggs, potatoes, toast, table cakes.
Well, see,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that. I think I'm more of a dinner guy. Like, I love a big. We kill at a dinner.
Are you kidding me? I love dinner. Dinner is like
mwah.
I'll go down on dinner.
The problem with brunches for me is that I'm too hungover when people do brunch. So the fact to get me outside of my apartment, I'm just being honest, is hard. Though if you do
Lucas
get me,
is like, if I haven't told you guys, I am an alcoholic.
yeah, but you don't know yet. I have a drinking
alcoholic.
problem. But when I do get the brunch, you get those brunch cocktails. So and then you feel good afterwards. But yeah, I don't know.
Mimosa or Bloody Mary?
Mimosa.
Wow, all of you.
Yeah.
But also, I think brunch, when done right, like you get your savory, like your eggs, your toast, or whatever. But then you get table pancakes or French toast or waffles, and then that's how I like to do it. You split the sweet, and you get your own savory stuff. That's a good brunch meal.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of brunch. Huge. Because I personally don't wake up until about like 11 o'clock on the weekend. So my preferred brunch time's about 1 o'clock. I might still want some eggs. I might want a cheeseburger. I love having the option. I also love a bottomless mimosa. And it gets me in a great mood. I go drink, I get lit with my friends. I'm home by 5 o'clock. I get a good night's rest. It's like the perfect thing.
That to me is like so bad. Like I don't want to kill my day. You're barely awake. You're not sober for 1 minute.
Yeah, it's a great day.
How
many do you drink in a bottomless
You wake up
mimosa?
and you're just like floating through your day, especially when the weather's nice outside. You go like have a nice brunch with your friends. You get drunk. You like walk around the city drunk, which is the funnest thing to do. But then you go home and go to sleep.
You know what I'm thinking though? It's just like brunch to me, unless it's a good brunch spot, which hey, we're talking about it right now. They're so crowded. You have to get in. You have to make a reservation. You're waiting online for 30 minutes. It's 1 o'clock. You haven't eaten yet. This is your fucking fake lunch.
Right.
You're starving. Like,
why are you in a rush? Just lean into
no,
the
I'm
experience.
hungry. I have low blood sugar.
I sometimes will eat a Pop-Tart before
Even
I
if
go
I'm
home.
not in a rush,
A
like, I just
Pop-Tart.
don't like being surrounded by really loud people who are like, "This is my seventh mimosa! Oh my god, do you remember all the blowjobs I gave in bathrooms last night?" And I'm like, I don't really need to hear about it.
These
like,
two.
shut up.
What?
That's cool. You put some dicks in your mouth. Congrats. I don't need to hear about it on my Sunday. I'd rather just like stay inside
Me
and be
too.
like, zap zap, go away.
Me too. I want like this. I don't want to leave.
Your house?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's maybe your fundamental issue with brunch.
I love being in.
Yeah. It's so nice, right?
No, it is. Yeah, when you get
really
Allie
is.
out for a meal, it's like a great achievement because she
Truly.
loves her home. But then she'll go to that restaurant, she'll know what to
You
order.
know.
We went to sushi last week, and she knew like what's good about this restaurant, what's bad about this
I'm
restaurant.
like a vampire coming to the light.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's really a talent. But this list, did you guys look at it? I was surprised at some of the choices for New York because they were like not very popular in like my group.
Well, to give it context, this is through only restaurants on Open Table, rated through Open Table comments. So it's a very Open Table centric restaurant.
Open Table should sponsor us.
They really should, yeah.
Open Table.
We love it. I use it at least
I
once or
use
twice
it
a week.
all the
I
time.
use it all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
college
so it's not every restaurant that you know of because some are not on this on the app. But yeah, it's a great list. It was a lot of the LA ones that I recognize because those are like very sceney LA brunch spots. I just want to mention I love this name. It's the butcher, the baker, the cappuccino maker.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really fun. I gave
Yeah.
Allie was in LA past 2 weeks. I gave her a list of like 25 restaurants. But
Yeah.
that was one of the brunch spots.
But
It's a very
all the
sceney.
spots in LA were all West Side spots,
All
which I thought was kind of messed up. They didn't have one East Side spot.
Yeah, except West
Huh,
Hollywood.
shady.
West Hollywood is as east as they would go.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
number one New York spot, Tavern on the Green, I was kind of surprised. That's a pretty touristy spot.
Yeah.
Also, Open Table, we have to keep in mind, these are spots with like that are super big on reservations. Most spots in New York that are like really great, you either can't get a reservation or you have to do it over the phone or email or you have to be friends with, I don't
Which
know,
I kind
Julia
of hate.
Roberts.
I wish everything was on Open Table.
Which I hate unless you know people and then you're like,
Yeah.
it's like.
Then I love it.
Then I love it. Then I'm like,
Then
I know
it's
someone.
The best.
God, it feels so good to know someone.
It's the best.
Doesn't it? Like, I love getting free food.
Well, you remember when I told you I ate at Don Angie and you were like, oh my God.
I freaked
And I
out.
was like, oh, my best friend's a bartender there. Just
I
like
love
just there.
that.
Actually, Don Angie is one of those hardest West Village restaurants to get into, and Brittany was like, "Oh, I was just there like at an 8:30 reservation." I was like, "What the hell? How'd you get that?"
In like a
Yeah.
corner booth and we ordered everything. It was
You
an
still have to
amazing meal.
help
Thank you,
us
Sarah.
get in there.
Yeah.
You still
Yeah.
haven't. We haven't.
Sarah.
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 We'll make it work. I'll call Sarah right after the show, okay, guys?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. Users are taking to
Sarah's
Twitter to
dead.
share screenshots of their unread emails. Either the number will fill you with horror or make you say same, but the question remains, is it really okay to let your inbox pile up? We at Build Brunch are torn over this issue, so it's time to split the check.
Rare.
Yeah.
Yikes, that was a thick paper.
That was thick paper.
So you just let your emails pile up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we the...
Like you lazy piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Let's talk.
I'm not good at email, so if you email me, I probably will never respond. And I used to work for a theater, and I was like the registrar, so I have like inbox PTSD. Like I couldn't leave anything unread. I had to clear out like thousands and thousands of emails in a workday.
Yeah.
So like now I'm like, I don't want to fucking check email. I'm out.
See,
I'm with you.
See, I'm the opposite. See, when I was an assistant in LA, I was trained so meticulously of how to be an assistant that I became someone who has multiple folders within folders. And my inbox, when it is read, it is sorted, it is organized. So my dream inbox, when there's nothing in there,
one
everything's
email.
been read.
Yeah.
When I was an assistant, I got thousands a day because I was working for 2 people. And now I get a lot of newsletters.
Yeah.
But still, I cannot deal with any sort of number on my iPhone.
Wait, so you just let the number tally up?
So between my work and my personal email, like this morning, I have about 55,000 unread emails. And I had the opposite reaction than you. I was an executive assistant. I had to be so locked in at work, answering emails all day that were like very important.
Yep.
So then in my personal life, I just let it fall to shit. I was
How
like, well,
hard
my
is
life
it to
doesn't
just
matter.
How hard is it to just click it and say read?
Because you get so many emails.
Oh
in a
my God.
day.
Oh my
And it's just like,
I agree. Honestly, I feel like my inbox is literally like the battle at Winterfell. Like I try to get rid of all these emails, and then they keep on coming
come back
and
to
I'm like,
life.
they just come back and they come back, and I'm like, White Walkers.
But as Barack Dardanian said, we have to keep fighting death no matter what. Even if death always wins, we keep on fighting it. Because we will be organized.
As Democrats, we will delete all 30,000 of our emails.
I just go through looking for the Night King. I just go through looking for the most important email and I answer that one. But I don't, what's the point of opening? And then all the filters and the folders.
But then
and
when you go back to look at your inbox, you don't know what is like pertinent to respond to because they're all on unread.
I just don't respond to emails.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's it. Yeah, like, honestly, like I've told people, like if you email me, like you're never gonna hear back from me. Like try texting.
So maybe actually following up.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, I know, that doesn't work. You know what, guys? I think fuck this whole society thing where we're supposed to be like available. Like if you see me, talk to me. But if you're not seeing me, you don't get access to me.
The only place I get answers from you is in DMs.
Twitter.
You're all over Twitter.
I tweet at
She'll answer
Shannon.
my instant DMs and she'll go, I know you texted me. I am not on my phone right now.
Oh, it's because I'm usually on Twitter and I'll be like bloop and I'm like, why is she talking to me on text? Obviously I'm on Twitter. And then you'll be like, you'll send me something and I'll be like, oh hey, what's up? Like I like you all better on Twitter.
Like I hashtag ask Shannon, like what I need to do. And she just checks that. Okay, cool.
But like, don't you guys think emails have gotten abusive? I mean, every time you buy something or order something, then you're just inundated with emails afterwards.
I know, so why is the
what's the
problem
point
if
of
you delete
checking
all
them?
30,000?
I mean, exactly, because you delete 30,000. They're personal emails. No one cares about them. You have a private email server. Who cares? I mean, the thing is, emails have become the most permanent issue of our society since 2016. I mean, they took down a presidential candidate because of them. We have to deal with them.
I love email.
We have to tackle them.
Oh, I hate
control
it.
them.
Email makes me feel like such an adult. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, copy me. I'm gonna forward it.
Or I love saying looping in someone.
Oh, looping
I
in.
hate you guys.
I'm such an assistant. Like,
What about we'll
gives me
circle back?
we'll circle back. Literally hard.
Like when somebody says I'm gonna shoot you in
Hard
email,
all the
I
time.
want to shoot myself.
Oh my God, best warm regards. I'm a little boss bitch.
Love it.
No.
I'm just sitting naked in my apartment. Please let me know how to proceed.
Are you guys reply all people then?
Oh
No.
no.
Okay.
We're not rude.
I was just making sure you weren't
We're not
monsters.
terrorists.
I
mean,
worked with someone who would start every single email with "Dear all," and I was like, "Are we all in trouble? Like,
can't.
what's happening?"
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
No.
I only like personal correspondence through email. I will give you that. I have some friends who don't live here, and every once in a while they're like, send me, and we'll have a back and forth.
Okay, that is the oldest thing I've ever heard.
Personal correspondence.
What personal correspondence? I have some friends who aren't here. Okay, Grandma.
Yeah.
Wait, are you sending emails to the afterlife?
Sending an owl? What are you doing?
Wow, I'm not sending ravens. It's like a friend who lives in Seattle, and we can have a proper conversation over email.
That is truly archaic.
I would video chat for that.
No,
I wouldn't even
'cause
email for that.
texting, it's like so
You
much
send
effort.
a proper email?
Yeah, like to give them thought and feedback on stuff.
Do you write in Old English too?
Wow, you guys are assholes.
Wow. I'm
just-
surprised. I thought you were gonna say you handwrite letters, which is something that I actually
I also
do.
have started handwriting letters, like as
That's
thank
so
yous.
much nice.
It's called decorum. You guys will find it when you get a little older.
A thank you note makes sense.
Thank you.
You had to play that card. A thank you note makes sense. A proper email to correspond is...
Is what email was designed for.
Yeah.
Not express
20 years ago.
coupons and Bed Bath Beyond.
then delete
coupons.
Are you
them
still
and all
using your
of them.
Palm
Get.
Pilot?
I just could never live with my phone having 55,000. That number would drive me insane.
I don't even see it.
I would bang my head against the wall.
And now it's time for today's guests. Daniel Franzese and Nikki Paris are two of 2019's hottest comedians, and tonight you can catch them at the NYC Comic Strip to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Mean Girls. Everyone, please give a warm Build Brunch welcome to Daniel Franzese and Nikki Paris.
Woo!
Hi.
Let's get all the way over.
Hi. We're gonna reach across.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
What's
welcome.
up?
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
We're just like,
good
hi.
to see you.
Hi.
Good to have you.
Good to be had.
Lucas, it's nice to see you with the shirt on.
Wow.
Yeah,
Getting
Nikki.
right away.
Yes.
I'm back. Lucas, you look like you've never tasted a Whopper, ever. I think you should try it. I think
They're good.
you're
They're good. I'll attest.
Follow me on Instagram, everyone.
Yeah, check out those packs.
They're strapping all day.
Now, Danny, you're here because we want to talk about your show, A West Hollywood Brunch at the Comedy Store. You do
Right.
it monthly.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Well, it's a really awesome showcase in Los Angeles for LGBTQ comedians. You know, we're still sort of on the fringe of like the comedy scene. And we have our special night and we rock it out. It's like sold out, lines around the corner. Really fun. The audience goes nuts. We love it.
We had Sam Smith.
Yes, Sam Smith came to the show.
Wow, how
that's
was his
right. Get your
comedy?
tickets. Well, he just came and watched. And drooled at us, maybe.
I love him.
And Nick, you perform there once a month, right?
Yeah, it's a
How's
monthly
that?
show. It's really exciting because it's like really like star-studded. Like you never know who's gonna be there. And to perform with this guy, I mean, I feel like the Janice Ian to his Damien. So,
The comics that are on the show are just so sharp and so funny. And it's interesting because when you have a bunch of queer comedians together, it stops being about like, oh, hi, I'm queer, and it starts getting into like deeper
They all just hook up.
perspectives.
yeah. Everybody knows we all use lube. It's just a
The
given.
secret's out.
Yeah.
And it's the only LGBTQ show at the store, right?
Yeah.
Right, currently, yeah.
Which is so impressive. And Nikki, you're headlining Caroline's on October 29th, right?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm more nervous, but I'm really excited, and my mom is inviting a ton of cousins who have never met me before. My comedy is a little, let's say, edgy. So I told my mom to have a stretcher for them, just in case.
Right. Wow.
But Danny's gonna be performing with me.
Right.
And Gladys Simon, and October 29th, get your tickets,
Oh
they're
my
on
God.
sale
It's
now.
part of the Breakout Artist Series, right?
Yeah.
That's
so
exciting.
come throw tomatoes, and being Italian, I'll just make it into a marinara sauce, okay?
And Nikki goes live on Instagram sometimes and has his conversations with Gladys.
Yeah.
And Gladys is an older woman. It's very, very funny. And
Yeah.
her advice to you. I love
She's been
it.
in therapy for 40 years.
Yeah.
And if you have a conversation with her, you'll know why. I love her. She's like my third grandma. But she told me that we may get married.
Okay.
Actually, because I want to get her apartment.
Keep your options
No,
open.
that's nice.
It's rent controlled at $1,600. I'm like Susie Orman. So
Hey, she was on that show. She would recommend that. But
Yes.
you're also performing, opening for Suzanne Westenhofer June 7th in Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon, I've never
You've
been.
never been
Ooh,
to
it's
Portland.
lovely.
You watched Portlandia at least?
I don't.
Okay.
I just think they have cows and goats. I don't really know.
Oh,
I
no.
think I was out sick that day in social studies, but I'll look it up.
I think you'll do well there.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're most looking forward just to like meeting the people of Portland, the locals.
The Portlandians, is that
Yeah,
what you call
yeah.
them? Right. I'm very
Portland's
urban now.
awesome.
Have you performed at Portland?
I was Grand Marshal of their Pride one year. It's so much fun. It's
Wow.
such a great place.
I was pushing the float that year, actually. I got a chance to see the people. But yeah, I'm really excited.
And Danny, you have this nationwide Yas, Your Amazing stand-up comedy tour. Like, is that how you supposed to say it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's just this. I've been doing my tour, and I call it "Yes, you're amazing" because that's all people say now is that things are amazing. Your hair's amazing. Did you see it? It was amazing. Like everything's like amazing.
Right.
But making people laugh, especially when I do the colleges and the young minds of today, that is amazing. And I've been having like such a great time with it. And I've been playing everywhere from like schools to theaters to clubs. It's been so much fun.
That's so fun. Sorry, and speaking of clubs, you're headlining the Comic Strip Live tonight
Yeah.
for Mean Girls' 15th anniversary.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Wearing pink, even though it's not Wednesday.
Oh my God.
For tonight.
15 years. Tell us about, are you excited for tonight? And you'll be there too?
Yeah, Nick will be performing too. I'm really excited for tonight. It's been 15 years, and so we made the show only $15, so we definitely will sell out. It's like so much fun. We have assembled a lot of the great Mean Girls that I know, including Nikki,
Yeah.
to be there and just have a great time.
Yeah, and has Mean Girls totally changed your life?
I mean, yeah, it's been like a big part of my life for a while. I shied away from it for a long time until I found out sort of the impact that my character had on a lot of LGBTQ people growing up.
Yeah.
And now I lean into it. It's a lot of fun. I celebrate it. It's still a good movie. You know?
Yes.
believe it's
Oh
been
my God.
15 years?
Iconic.
It's still a lot of fun.
It was
I
such,
can't
I remember
believe-
when Damien and they're getting ready for the dance and you see the Madonna poster in the back. I'm like, oh, that's me. Like, I had a Madonna poster in my room.
I love it.
I was so excited for that to like get to see Damien's room and like
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
love, I had Mariah up there too.
I was gonna say Mariah was
Mariah,
also up there.
the greatest
Yeah.
divas.
Who Mariah's like a huge Mean Girls fan. She has like Mean Girls themed parties.
Oh,
for
really?
real?
Yeah, she's like really into it. And then her song, Why You So Obsessed With Me.
Of course.
Like, so it's like very much a Mariah thing too. I'm a little afraid to meet Mariah because I like her so much that I don't,
Yeah.
Isn't
They
everybody?
never meet your idols, right?
I don't know if that'll really work out. But
Yeah,
we'll see.
totally. Have you guys seen Mean Girls the musical?
I have, yeah. I went right after the opening. It was cool. It's kind of weird, like the gay guy who played the gay guy in the gay movie, watching the gay guy play the gay
Right.
guy in the gay musical. I thought I was gonna like explode into purple glitter. I survived.
Yeah.
It's really great. I love how Damien's and Janice are like the focus of like the show and like run the narrative, and I think
Yeah.
that really felt like an honor to me to see happen. It's weird because Damien in this version is a modern, updated Damien where he's like sexually active and has all this other stuff, and my Damien was. The 2004 is Damien, where he was like still trying to figure out who he was. It's really amazing to see not only the trajectory of the source material, but also like how far we've come as a community.
Yeah.
And reflected in art. So that was really dope.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Damien was always like my favorite character. I feel like he had the best lines, really.
I mean,
Brittany's like growing up as a young gay man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really resonated with
Really
Brittany.
vibe.
I related
It's
a lot
like
to
one of the
Damien.
only characters too that like actually have like a cultural meaning for
Yes.
what it's done for gay people. Like all the other parts are great, don't get me wrong, and I love Anna Gasteyer.
Yeah.
But I feel like Damien was like one of the few parts to really shape gay culture and really like you saw like a gay friend that was
Right.
available in everybody's homes.
But also just a kid who was like really confident and just like living his best life and like, being true to yourself is hard at that age. So I think I connected to that. Like he was just really doing his own thing.
Yeah, I didn't feel like when I was 16 I could be as comfortable as Damien.
Right.
So it was very therapeutic for me to be able to like go and experience it through that lens.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Absolutely. So I know the West Hollywood Show also is a podcast.
Right, I have a new podcast that's going to be launching out in mid-May.
Yeah.
Where we're just like sort of kikiing on the podcast, and it's all different LGBTQ comics and our idols and supporters and allies. So it should be really fun. I'm really excited. We have some great guests and
Yeah.
some really funny stories, like some revelations.
How is the podcasting world different than stand-up? Because you guys do both. Like, do you feel more free on a podcast, or
For
what
sure,
are the?
I feel like it's just like this kind of an experience, like where when you're doing comedy, you wrote jokes,
Yeah.
you've worked them, you fine-tuned them, and you're putting effort into that. And sort of the brunch, you just smoke a little or drink a little, and then like turn the mic on.
If you like the sound of your own voice, it's very easy. It just bleeds into the other.
If you get a bunch of funny people in a room, it's interesting what they talk about when they don't feel like anyone's watching
Yeah.
and just the mics are on. So.
Yeah, that energy is probably really fun.
Yeah.
And Nikki, I know you have a new one, Daddy Issues, you're going to be on. So can you tell us
with
about that?
Dean McDermott and Adam Hunter, and it's also at the Comedy Store. It's our, we're sisters.
Yeah.
In real life and at the Comedy Store. And that's launching in June. And so far we've had on Tori Spelling and Perez Hilton.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's very nerve-wracking. I mean, you guys are such pros at interviewing big people.
Yeah.
I'm like a nail biter. So after interviewing Tori Spelling, I like am missing my pinky. But it's really exciting. It's not about what you think because Dean's a famous dad of 6, Adam's a newborn dad, and I'm 26 and I still need my dad. So
Yeah.
it's like just different perspectives. I got a flat tire. I'm like calling my dad from California. I'm like, call AAA. So it's just different perspectives because I'm really like an adult, but like not really. Like I need a lot of help. I need a paraprofessional.
A paraprofessional specifically.
Well, we wanted to play a quick little game with you guys called Labels and Tables.
Okay.
Not spin the bottle?
No, well, later.
Bummer.
Later.
That's downstairs in the basement after the show. But first, we want to do labels and tables. So inspired by Mean Girls, basically we show you a photo of a well-known celeb, and you guys get to tell us, what table you think they would sit at the cafeteria, or what group they'd be in. Like label them a freak, a nerd.
Okay.
So first one is Oprah.
Oprah.
Sexually active band geek.
Probably.
She's on the trombone with Gail. Come on.
Yes, that makes sense. I see that for
Not the
Oprah.
cool black hotties?
That's unfriendly black hotties.
Unfriendly black hotties.
I think Oprah's like really friendly. I imagine
Okay.
her if in high school to be really friendly.
Okay, fair.
I think she's slobbing on the trombone, but
Okay. Clip that, please.
All right, what about Kris Jenner?
Like power hungry,
You guys
like
scared of Kris
nerd.
Jenner?
There's like
No,
the
I'm trying to
Tracy.
place her in.
I thought that was a picture of me at first. Honestly. I was like, I look
I
great.
can see her makeup cakes on there.
I mean, maybe she might be at the plastic table. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah, you know
I
what?
can see that.
You know
With
what I'm
those
saying?
fillers, I'd
She's
say
a queen
yes.
bee for sure.
Yeah, she's definitely queen bee.
She's a
Absolutely.
Gretchen. I think she's a Gretchen Wiener kind of knowing a lot of secrets.
Knows a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
secrets.
okay.
That could
I
be.
can see that.
Who's the one that made out with a hot dog?
Karen.
Karen. Okay.
Oh wait, no. Did she? Yeah, I don't
No.
remember. Wasn't Karen.
I don't remember. Do we have another?
Allie.
Yeah,
Noah
Centineo.
Centineo. I was waiting for the photo.
Oh.
Noah Centineo. I think he's a hottie.
Yeah, probably. The jocks.
JV or varsity?
Right? JV. I definitely would butter his muffin.
Yeah, we talk about having sex with Noah Centineo like probably every day.
Oh,
On
okay.
this
I
show,
could get into
so,
that.
Right.
Yeah, do a whole 15 on that, and you'll be good.
Up next, we have Cersei of House Lannister, first of her name. Where would we put her? I'm afraid if she's at the plastic, she just will end up killing everyone in the lunchroom.
No, she's like the athlete. You know, they're like overly aggressive.
Oh, yeah, the lacrosse
She's like
players.
playing lacrosse or field hockey. Like she has a lot of aggression. She's got to get
I
out.
could totally see that for sure.
Okay, good. We'll put with
All
that.
right, what about Billie Eilish?
She looks so happy as
I
usual.
feel like she's definitely at the art freak table. With
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so
Me,
be
me,
friends with
me.
Damien.
Yeah, Damien and Janice, she's like right there with.
Right
you could see her just painting a gravestone or something.
That is Janice, really. And then you two, Danny and Nikki.
Oh, I'm definitely a girl who eats her feelings.
Same.
And are you a girl that eats nothing at all then?
Have you seen these breasts? I don't think so. I don't know. Where do you think I'd be? But don't say something that's gonna make me cry.
Then I'm not gonna talk.
True.
Oh, well, Danny and Nikki, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us. Thank you guys.
And you can catch them tonight at the NYC Comics Trip to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Mean Girls. That's all from us. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same table.